Blueprints.
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 I'm Tonda. This is Blueprints, a game I've been making for the last 8 years.
8 years?
Every now and then, a game arrives that quietly reshapes what you think a game can be.
Blueprints is an atmospheric architectural adventure. Sometimes we say it's a mystery strategy adventure. Sometimes we say it's a first-person puzzle game. It's hard to define it in any one thing, so that it makes elevator pitches extremely difficult and not very accurate.
Blueprints is one of them. But for all its ambition, it still hasn't become a mainstream household name despite being one of the most critically praised games of the year. Why is that? What even is it? And can you define it at all? In terms of gameplay, you're exploring the estate of Mount Holly. There are 45 standard rooms organized in a 9x5 grid, and your objective is to reach the hidden 46th room. The twist, each day or run in the mansion, gives you a limited number of steps instead of health, and you draft your rooms. When you open a new room, you lose a step. When you're presented with 3 random room cards to place adjacent to your current map, and then you will explore that room, where there could be puzzles, items. The layout will also change every run. So it combines elements of exploration, deck card drafting, with a roguelike structure. It asks you not only to solve, but build the space and learn the underlying rules of the house. The idea began as 2 separate projects. One was a tabletop card drafting game, and the other was a puzzle game that was first person in a big mansion full of doors. The illustrated puzzle book, Maze, solved the world's most challenging puzzle by Christopher Manson from 1984 was a major influence on him. It's a large mansion, numbered rooms, hidden puzzles, and a sense of exploration definitely inspired Blueprints' design. Rose originally prototyped with stock assets and a rough version, but later brought in original art to create a distinct visual style. For example, art director Davey Perloni joined early on to help build the game a new aesthetic. The game engine was ran on Unity. Ross improvised a no hand-holding design. He wanted players to deduce many mechanics themselves, observe room layouts, items, and how the mansion functioned rather than telling them how it worked. The drafting mechanic and changing architecture were designed to give fresh experiences each run and to embed puzzles not only in isolated rooms but across interconnected layout. The ambition and the long timeline resulted in a dense design with many secrets and interlocking systems rather than one big puzzle game. By 2021, the core system were playable, then much of the remaining time was spent polishing, refining, and adding depth. What sets Blueprints apart is how the mechanics serve its atmosphere and vice versa. The limited number of steps means planning is key. You'll learn through experimentation, view the internal systems of rooms, discover how items work, and eventually piece together the logic of the mansion. Blueprints has been received very well by the people who have played it, just not a lot of people have played it. Despite strong critical marks, it isn't blockbuster. It's a slow burn. It requires note-taking. We had an entire pen and paper ready while playing this game. We had pictures on our phones. It takes observation. It takes patience. Many players today expect immediate gratification, and Blueprints will not cater to that. The mechanics are harder to sell in a 30-second clip. The experience is suitable, systematic, and the satisfaction often comes from layers uncovered over time. The game does rely on visual clues and color dependence in some puzzles, which can limit some audiences. It shows what happens when an indie game invests years into refining mechanics, aesthetics, and systems, rather than chasing trends. If you're planning on playing Blueprints, you should know what to expect. If you're someone who enjoys games where your decisions matter in a space, not just dialogue or action, slow, unraveling mysteries rather than being spoon-fed puzzles, answers, and all of that. Note-taking, exploration, returning to earlier rooms with new knowledge, then Blueprints is absolutely worth your time. Keep notes. Sometimes you'll feel stuck, but then it'll click. Every run will feel a little bit different because of the drafting / room selection. The mansion resets in between days. You'll be 25 days deep and a brand new room will pop up. It might fit, it might not fit, and do you take the risk of running that fit or not? The reward is not only reaching the hidden room, it's understanding how the mansion works, how the systems interact. It isn't only massively open-ended like some sandbox games. It has focus, mystery, and depth rather than branching narratives in tons of different directions. If you're looking for something a little different, a little deeper, this one deserves your attention.